Right now, a bitterly cold start to the week. How long should you expect these chilly conditions to last? Also, Republican presidential hopefuls are counting on Iowans to brave the elements and show up in caucus. This as the race for the White House begins. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Hain. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. We begin with the frigid weather continuing throughout southern Wisconsin. A combination of freezing cold temperatures and below zero wind chills is creating dangerous conditions for those not dressed properly for it. Let's head over to the Weather Center meteorologist Jacob Montesano as a look at your certified most accurate forecast, and this is going to go on for a while.
Yeah, the alert day conditions continue through Sunday morning of next week, and we're going to see high temperatures struggling to get above zero. It'll get closer to 10 degrees by the end of the week, but wind chills may remain below zero through the afternoon each and every day this week, especially for today and tomorrow. So as we look at the current temperatures, still below zero across Dane County. Right now, 0 in Verona, 1 in Middleton, -2 in Madison. Looking across other parts of our area, we're seeing temperatures as cold as -8 in Mineral Point. Earlier this morning, they dropped into the negative teens. Now, if we take a look at the low temperatures this morning, as I mentioned, negative teens in the southwestern portion of the state, -16 in Platteville and Prairie du Chien, -15 in Janesville. So it was a very cold morning, although we really weren't that close to the record low, which is -30, if you could believe that. So this isn't the coldest weather we've seen this time of the year. And if we look at the current wind speeds, the good news is that they're mostly under 10 miles per hour, a little bit gustier as you get towards Lake Michigan. So if we combine the current temperatures with the winds, we have wind chill values in the negative teens, and this isn't going to improve much more during the day. We're going to remain in the negative double digits in the wind chill department, and later tonight we'll drop back into the negative 30s, which is where we were this morning. So wind chill advisories are in effect for our entire area through 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So that's just about a little less than 48 hours from now. So it's going to last throughout all of today and all of tomorrow. Not really going to see a break from that wind chill. We are going to see temperatures slightly better towards the end of the week, but we still have alert day conditions. By next week, it will be a lot better, and I'll have a full forecast on that coming up a little bit later.
At least the sun's out.
Yeah, that is the one nice thing, but honestly, when I was out there, it didn't really feel like the sun was
inside. Go by window inside.
The way the temperatures felt, the sun was basically only a hazard to your eyes with it reflecting off the snow.
All right.
But yeah, I didn't really feel like it made much of a difference.
All right, we'll check back later. Do you have a question or concern about your plants or garden? Well, send us your questions via email to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us later on the show with the answers. Again, that's tips@channel3000.com. Well, the Packers are moving on to the next round of the playoffs. This after beating down the Cowboys in Dallas 48-32. Now, while that final score may look close, it really wasn't. At one point, Green Bay led 27-0 in the first half and 48-16 in the fourth quarter. Packers quarterback Jordan Love threw for 3 touchdowns, while running back Aaron Jones ran for 3 more. The Packers move on to the divisional round now of the playoffs. They'll take on San Francisco. Kickoff is set for Saturday at 7:15 p.m. You can watch it on Fox. Campaign 2024 moves into high gear today with the Iowa caucuses, the first chance for Republican voters to weigh in on who they want to face President Biden in the general election. But as Charlie DeMar reports from Des Moines, weather may be a factor when it comes to turnout.
Voters across Iowa will be facing brutal sub-zero temperatures as they head out to caucus tonight.
And the cold, I mean, you just dress warm, and that's not a big deal to me.
This is Iowa. If you don't like the weather, stick around. It'll change in 10 minutes.
The latest Des Moines Register poll suggests many Iowa Republicans will be choosing former President Donald Trump. He has an overwhelming lead over former Ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who spoke to CBS's Tony DeCopel this morning.
You know, when people take a poll, they can push someone one way or other, but there's a lot of people that still haven't made up a final decision.
Of course, polls can be wrong, and no one knows that better than Donald Trump, who surprised many political analysts with his presidential win in 2016. On Sunday, Trump took nothing for granted, urging voters to get out no matter how low the temperatures go.
So brave the weather and go out and save America, because that's what you're doing.
Haley is determined to keep fighting no matter what the polls say.
But we're going to keep on going anywhere and everywhere. We're going to go all the way until the last hour.
President Biden will be watching developments very closely. A new CBS News poll finds Trump's support among national Republican primary voters has risen to its highest level yet, even as Haley leads President Biden by a wider margin. But voters in Iowa and across the nation may have much more to say before the general election. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Des Moines, Iowa.
And there are more than 1,600 individual caucuses held statewide. Only registered Republicans can participate. Newcomers are welcome, but must register with the GOP on site. Well, today marks the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr., the civil rights icon, would have been 95 years old. His birthday is a federal holiday designated as a national day of service. The holiday always falls on the third Monday of January, although this year it actually coincides with King's actual birthday. The day will be marked all over the country with events, including a wreath laying at the MLK Memorial in Washington, D.C. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Why February could bring relief to those with student loans. Plus, the Supreme Court agrees to hear an appeal from coffee giant Starbucks. That's next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
You may be making New Year resolutions to go to the gym or travel more, but what about updating that old bathroom or outdated kitchen? With Mad City, you can do both. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted interior remodeling expert for custom walk-in shower solutions and modern kitchen cabinet refacing. It's so affordable, and your project will only take days, not weeks. Call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation on a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts, plus a bonus with your free in-home estimate. Receive a $50 Target gift card. And call during this program to receive $500 in Mad City cash with qualifying purchase. Good for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Baby, it's cold outside. But this house is going to be nice and comfortable when we're done with it. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services and Dr. Energy Saver. Do you have enough insulation? Is your home cold and drafty? Does your furnace run nonstop? If it does, give us a call. We're not just an insulation company, we are the experts from the attic up. Call now and get 24% off installation labor and a free upgrade to R60. Be part of the Larson experience.
Police in the UK arrested multiple people allegedly involved in a plot to disrupt trading today at the London Stock Exchange. According to investigators, activists from an organization known as the Palestine Action Group planned to cause damage and lock themselves onto the building's infrastructure, preventing it from opening. February could bring relief for some students who owe money on education loans. In a statement, President Biden said students who took out less than $12,000 in loans and have been in repayment for 10 years will get their remaining loan balance canceled. The program will start next month. Borrowers must also be enrolled in the Biden administration's new Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE, repayment plan. And the Supreme Court agreed to hear Starbucks' appeal of a court order requiring it to reinstate 7 employees at one of its Memphis stores. A federal agency found the workers were fired for pro-union activities. A federal judge ordered Starbucks to rehire the workers in 2022, with a federal appeals court affirming the decision last year. A decision in the case is likely to come down by the end of June. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Carissa Lawson.
We come back, we'll take a look at, let's take a look at stocks first of all. The Dow Industrials down 118 points, the NASDAQ off 2.5, and the S&P 500 down 3.5. Now, when we come back, we'll take a look at today's egg prices, plus Jacob returns with the complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, Will Loper reports on the Film Critics Award. There's Will now, one of the critics voting. That's coming up today on Live at 4.
Start your year out on the right foot with a new walk-in shower from Mad City. Choose from several modern designs with a low threshold entrance for easy access. Add grab bars and a safety seat, installed in as little as 1 day. Mad City is your trusted interior remodeling expert, also specializing in kitchen cabinet refacing solutions. Every job is backed with Mad City's double lifetime labor warranty. So make the call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation of a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. There's a bonus. With your free in-home estimate, receive a $50 Target gift card. Plus, call during this program, and with your purchase, receive $500 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you
all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air paths in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, your home will be warm and energy efficient for years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today for your free thermal imaging consultation and save 24% on select insulation services.
I'm First Warn Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty. Brace yourself for the next few days as bitterly cold temperatures grip our area. Dangerously cold wind chills can be life-threatening for some people. Remember to stay warm and dress in layers. For live weather updates and alerts, download the First Warn Weather app.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, the happy place will hit you up.
Oh my goodness! Jennifer, what is up?
And Kaylee Cuoco is doing it all.
You on the roll, honey.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report out of the radio barn today. So here are your farm numbers. We have a programming note to share with you today. Due to the NFL rescheduling, the Pittsburgh-Buffalo playoff game is at 3:30 this afternoon. Our newscast will not be airing on WISC-TV 3. Instead, Live at 4 and News 3 Now at 5 and 6 will be airing on our secondary channel, Television Wisconsin. That's on Channel 14 on Spectrum and Channel 3.2 over the air. You can also watch the newscast streaming live online at the Channel 3000 Plus streaming app and channel3000.com. Bitterly cold temperatures for the rest of the week. Here's Jacob with the complete forecast.
Thanks, Mark. We have alert day conditions from now through Sunday morning of next week. And during that time, we will likely see wind chills below 0, possibly even through the afternoon. Definitely this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. So looking at the 3 things you need to know, we've been talking about the cold weather, but we're not going to see a lot of snowfall this week. The cold weather will also keep the snow that is on the ground. It will keep it there. Now, especially on the grassy surfaces, but also on the roads. So a lot of those side streets that still have some snow-covered roads, they will likely stay there since the snow is pretty much frozen to the roads. But the good news is that we are going to see milder temperatures for next week, and by then it looks like some of that snow is going to melt. Now, looking at the current snow cover, we have plenty of it, and as I mentioned, it's certainly not going anywhere. And let's talk about just how much snow we've seen, especially just the last week alone. So at the beginning of the month, we had around 6.5 inches of snow from the winter so far, and the average up until that date is around 15.5. Now take a look at where we are right now. We are above average with around 27.5 inches of snow, with the average being just around 20 to 21 inches. Now, in terms of the entire winter, we're actually not even halfway through because our average for the entire winter is around 50 inches. So by the time we get to the end of January, we will be halfway through, and this normal to date will start to creep back up into our winter because we aren't expected to see much snow for the rest of the week. Now, here's a look at the wind chill forecast. Right now, we're seeing the wind chills in the negative teens. As we head into the overnight hours, they're going to drop into the negative 30s once again. Some areas could see the wind chills around negative 40. And then as we get to Wednesday, it will be a little bit better, but still seeing those wind chills well into the negative 20s, even lower negative 30s. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, this might be the first time in a few days that we will have wind chills near or above 0. But during the overnight hours, they're going to plummet back into the negative teens for Thursday morning, and then Friday morning they'll be back in the negative 20s, and this is expected to continue for Saturday morning and Sunday morning as well. So we aren't going to get a lot of breaks from the cold. But by the time we get to Sunday night, that's when the wind chills will start to be back above 0. Now, we are expected to see some frostbite problems in the sense that we could see frostbite in as little as 10 minutes during these morning hours. So these are the wind chills we are expecting, and frostbite can occur in around 10 to 15 minutes in these temperatures. So if you are planning to go outside for any reason, definitely bundle up and stay warm. Now, here's a look at the high temperature forecast for the next 10 days. Right around 0 today and tomorrow, then right around 10 for Wednesday through Saturday, still well above the average high of 27. And then as we get to Sunday, a little bit warmer, and then even warmer again for Monday. And take a look at a good chunk of next week. We could have high temperatures well into the 30s, maybe even lower 40s. And if you could believe it or not, we actually have a chance of rain towards the middle of next week. So we're having well below 0 wind chills, but by the end of the 10-day forecast, we could have temperatures in the 40s with the chance of rain. So a big shift in the pattern, what we're seeing. And if we look at the precipitation chances specifically, we really only have a small chance of some snow, looks like Thursday night. So we're going to be very calm in terms of the snow department going forward, but obviously that weather is going to be dangerously cold. So stay warm and stay safe out there.
Yeah, it is dangerous. You're right.
Yeah, like I mentioned, frostbite could occur in as little as 10 to 15 minutes in these conditions.
All right. Next week, things will improve.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen cooking up a Southern favorite on a day honoring Martin Luther King Jr.
Did you know that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is the only person who was not a U.S. president to have a national holiday dedicated to him? So today, I hope you'll take a moment to remember all that Dr. King did for our country. And since Dr. King was born in Atlanta, we thought we'd whip up a dish that's comforting, easy to make, and full of Southern goodness. It's a creamy potato bake that goes together like this. We start by combining some sour cream, a can of cream of broccoli soup, some shredded cheddar cheese, chopped onion, and a bit of melted butter. After making sure it's all mixed well, we stir in a package of frozen Southern-style hash browns, along with a bit of salt and pepper. Now, this goes into a casserole dish and gets topped with a generous amount of coarsely crushed cornflakes that we mix with a little butter before it goes into the oven to bake. When it's bubbling hot and the top begins to get golden, it's ready to serve. Talk about a creamy, dreamy side dish that's full of comfort. To get the recipe for our Southern potato bake, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a classic Southern way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs of the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Email those questions to tips@channel3000.com. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get a new shower for the new year with one call to Mad City. Choose from modern wall colors including Canyon Rock, Othello, and Evo, infused with microban for easy cleaning. And if your kitchen needs updating, Mad City also specializes in custom kitchen cabinet refacing. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, receive a free design consultation and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Time is running out to call during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation of a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments, senior and military discounts, plus a bonus. With your free in-home estimate, receive a $50 Target gift card. And last chance to call during this program to receive $500 in Mad City cash with qualifying purchase, good for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Get big savings at Menards. Save time on your painting projects with Pittsburgh's Grand Distinction. It's a premium paint and primer in one with high hiding coverage and long-lasting color. A gallon is $29.87 after $10 rebate. Add a pop of color to your home with Paramount Interior Paint. It provides the most advanced protection and true one-coat coverage. A gallon is only $44.98. Don't forget to check out Limitless, Pittsburgh Paint's Color of the Year, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Lisa Briggs of the Bruce Company is here, taking your, well, we have your questions.
Yeah.
What do you have here?
It's the Taylor Swift of succulents.
The little heart?
The little heart. It's for Valentine's Day. It's awfully cute. So, yes, it's a succulent jade plant that's been manipulated on a frame. So, super cute.
Let's go to the questions.
Let's go to the questions.
Here's the heart. There you go.
There you go. Okay. Yes.
All right. When's a good time to transplant peonies?
Okay, so peonies are best transplanted at the end of August into September. The trick with peonies is to make sure when you replant them that you make sure that those eyes are no deeper than 2 inches below the surface of the soil, including any mulch you're going to do. If you have to transplant them in the spring, go ahead and do that, but just make sure you take a lot of soil and don't expect a great flowering.
All right.
for that year.
Neil asks, the heavy wet snow has made our cedar trees droop significantly. Should we try to shake the snow off so that the trees recover? Or does it hurt to leave it on?
So he's probably talking about arborvitae, and they typically will split, especially the upright ones, when they have a heavy snow load. And so I was hoping was that everybody would get the snow off by Saturday morning when it's still warm. The branches are probably pretty brittle, so you might want to wait till the temperature moderates and then sort of carefully shake it off or use a broom. Don't go at it whole hog with a shovel or something, because you're liable to break branches.
Well, I have this bush that's 40 feet tall.
Yes.
I'm not getting up there to do anything.
No?
Doug in Janesville, is there a dwarf milkweed plant that we can plant in our patio pot to attract butterflies?
So there are some annual milkweeds, and there are also other annuals that attract a lot of butterflies. You could do salvia, you could do, oh, what was the other one I had in my head? Oh, bronze fennel will attract tiger swallowtails. But the true milkweeds, the one that attract and feed monarchs, are best planted in the soil. They have pretty extensive root systems, and they won't do well in pots long term.
And they're perennials.
And they're perennials. But there are lots, like I said, there are lots of annuals that will do the same thing.
Chris wonders, when will you have all the garden seeds in stock at the Bruce Company?
Right now, Chris. We have a really good selection in right now. Now, I will say to remember that during Garden Expo, the seeds go to the Expo Center, but we actually have a new supplier in this year called Territorial Garden Seeds, and they specialize in non-GMO and natives, so and they're all grown sustainably, so pretty cool.
Don't start them yet.
No, there are some things that you can start around the 1st of February, but it's a little early to start.
All right. The ruby trigona, is that right?
Yes.
Has gone crazy with new side shoots. It has lost a few bottom outside shoots. It's about 3 feet tall, 10 years old, in a 12-inch pot. What's causing the outside shoots to just dry up? The rest of the plant's fine.
Okay, so I would say that I didn't know what this plant was, and I did look it up, and it's really cool. Also called an African milk plant, and it's a succulent. It's in the Euphorbia family, so same as like crown of thorns. I don't have a ton of experience with it, so I would say please send a photo to plantdesk@brucecompany.com. We can take a look at it, and then we can advise you that way. We can actually see what's going on with it, but it's a cool plant.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Jeannie has a clematis that's close to 40 years old. They're fixing the porch, trellis attached to it. Can I clip the clematis down to the ground and replace the trellis in the spring before it starts coming back?
Yes, you can do that, but I would not be surprised if you don't get a ton of flowers next year.
Really?
Yeah, clematis, I think the only one that blooms completely on new growth is the autumn one. It's the one with the little white flowers. So cutting back all the buds will essentially remove a lot of the flowers, but the plant should be fine.
All right. We have more questions. I will forward them to you.
Perfect.
And you can answer them directly.
I will do that while I'm in Atlanta.
You're on a trip.
I'm on a trip.
Thanks, Lise.
Thank you.
Here's Jacob, one final check of the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. Temperatures are obviously going to be very cold for much of this week. Not going to see a ton of relief because even towards the end of the week, even though the actual temperatures will be above zero, the wind chills will remain below zero. As we head into next week, temperatures will start to warm up a bit for Sunday and then even warmer for Monday, as we're going to see temperatures back in the 30s, possibly lower 40s Wednesday, as we do have a chance of some rain. And because a lot of the snow is likely going to melt during that time, and because we'll have high humidity, we'll likely see some pretty dense fog during the overnight hours then. But for this week, bundle up and stay warm.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks for watching, everybody.